Mia, welcome to Us Weekly.
How are you?
It's so good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you too. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Oh my God, you're always welcome here on this couch.
Aww.
I am loving the season so far.
Yeah.
Are you loving the season so
you know,
far?
I'm getting into it. Now that I've had the opportunity to bring the girls home.
Yes.
It's quite the rodeo and the ride.
Isn't it always?
But we're having fun.
You are having fun.
We are.
You are having fun. But this bombshell that you drop at the end of this episode, I gasped.
Yeah.
I was like,
I did too.
You did. Were you planning to, reveal that Karen, butt dialed you and she was not with her husband?
No.
Okay.
It was not planned.
Okay.
I know it does seem that way, but honestly, it just came to me when, it was a lot. Karen had been coming after Jacqueline all day. Mm-hmm. And when Joy showed up, she came and I was like, oh, Joy was with me that day. Yeah.
Yeah, she can vouch for me.
And I was like, maybe now is the time, so, and it wasn't planned. And I hate that I had to bring it up, but quite frankly, I am so exhausted watching Karen come after my girl. Yeah. I'm like, listen, you're not going to call her a liar. Sure. I will stand in there. You guys can call me a liar all day long. Yeah. I don't care.
Right.
Jacqueline, leave her be.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yes.
Leave her be. She did not lie.
No. Well, it seems like Karen really had her number. Do you think that she was just using Jacqueline to deflect from everything that she was going through with the DUI and everything?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. What do you think?
Sure. Yeah, okay. Probably. Yeah.
It's obvious that she's like, listen, enough of me. Let me go ahead and talk about you. Mm-hmm. But that's the simple Karen fashion. That's what the dom does.
Yes.
Right? She's consistent.
Right. Okay. So when you got this call from Karen, what exactly did you hear? Because I'm sure we're going to see this in the upcoming episode. So what exactly did you hear, and how does this kind of change the course of the season for you, maybe?
Well, Karen decides that she leaves me alone after.
Okay.
And she goes back to Jacqueline.
Okay.
And unfortunately, maybe she went back to her blogger friends and couldn't find anything on me. Sure. I don't know. But she does find something on Jacqueline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And did Jacqueline see that one come in?
No.
And was it true what she found on Jacqueline?
Sort of.
Sort of? Okay. Sort of.
Sort of.
Very cryptic.
Yes.
Does it have something to do with her relationships, her personal life, her baby daddy?
It has something to do with PP.
Okay.
And I don't know how PP ended up in Lake Norman, but
PP shows up.
He enters the chat.
Oh, wow. Okay, so things get real quick.
A little bit. It does. It gets really real, and, then there's a lot of back and forth, and of course, I don't let off the gas when it comes to listen, Karen, this is about you. Yeah. We can read.
We can, yeah. Mm-hmm. So what exactly did you hear on this phone call then?
So I said it, she butt dialed, and what we heard was, those girls from the show think I'm with Ray. And I'm like, Karen, when you left the meeting, you told me you needed to go home to your husband, but when you butt dialed me, you're clearly not with your husband.
Yeah.
And then she calls the next morning on her way home crying. And I'm like, why are you crying? But just own it.
Sure, just own it. What do you think her situation or relationship is with Ray? Do you think that how would you describe it?
I think I've been very clear in saying that I feel like they do have, her union is a situation. And I think that a lot of times, and I can side with that, when you are dating an older man, that sometimes they're okay with the side pieces.
Sure, yeah.
They give you those hall passes. It doesn't always work out well, but
take it from me.
It's common because, and that's okay. I just don't think that Karen wants that to be, she doesn't want people to know. Yeah. She and I are totally two different people. I'm more transparent than she is. But maybe if she lets herself out of the cage, then she won't be getting DUIs. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was your initial reaction when you found out that she got the DUI?
I wasn't surprised.
No.
It's not her first one.
Yeah. I
wasn't.
No.
I was like, okay. It was a matter of time.
Sure.
Because, I've seen her do it. So I'm like, okay,
Were you expecting her to change a little bit more after this happened the second time around?
Yeah, actually. I was really expecting her to come in with, some humility and saying, hey, maybe I'm not making the best decision, but, I have learnd my lesson. This is a sign from the universe saying maybe I need to do something about it. Sure. But she's like standing 10 toes down, and she's like, it wasn't me, it was the other girl, you know, like, okay, but, you know.
Right, I know, because she's fighting to get the DUI dismissed.
She is.
Yeah,
and honestly, I hope that she does. Like, I don't want Karen to go to jail.
No, of course not. No.
For the record, we don't want Karen to have to, like, you know, be punished for whatever she's done, but we do want Karen to not do it again.
Right.
Right? Because every time she is driven, she has been spared, and she has spared other people's lives. And what we're telling her is, like, this is a serious thing, you know? Like, you can't deflect all the time. Like, own it. And we're here for you.
And we're here for you, yeah.
Okay? Yeah. But I need to know, I need to feel like you actually are owning it.
Yeah.
Right?
And you didn't feel that at all.
Take accountability.
Yeah.
No, none. Are you?
Not yet. I'm like, I'm holding out. Maybe. Maybe things will change. I don't know. What did you make of the whole award fiasco?
Oh, God. I mean, honestly, in true Karen form, that's just Karen being Karen. You know, when the spotlight is not on her and all her friends aren't being her fans, then what does she do? She wants to, like, get attention. You saw she was laying in the bed like, you know? And I'm just like, my girl needs more attention. Yeah. You know? So it was Karen entering the job.
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't, you know, and we honestly, I was like, okay. The only reason why we went on a worldwide tour that day in DC was because I felt like they both needed us.
Yeah.
And despite how they had been treating me and being judgmental, I was like, you know what? I'm the type of person, I'm going to show up for my girls no matter what. Yeah. And I try to figure it out. And you see, I still got hit in the butt.
Sure, yeah. Security was involved.
I give up. Yes. I'm like, what? Security is not needed.
No, security is not needed. Do you consider Karen a friend?
I do.
Okay.
I do. But, you know, I'm the type of, I'm not a yes friend.
Sure, yeah.
You know, I'm going to, like, hey, girl, I got you. Yeah. But I'm also going to hold you accountable. She doesn't like that very much.
No. Do you think it's reciprocated? Do you feel like she thinks that you're a friend?
I think that Karen is tolerating me. I think deep down, she knows. Yeah. Like, there are other things that I could say. Sure. Let's be real. I'm holding them. Okay? Yeah. Well, we'll see. Because if she keeps trying it, it might come out.
You're like, I got a lot of things in my back pocket. Here it comes. Did it? Once you brought up this thing about her allegedly being with somebody else, does it change the relationship with you, the two of you, over the course of the season? I know you said that she kind of goes back to Jackie. Does she kind of just move on and hope people forget about it?
Honestly, I feel like Karen just... we leave it alone.
You leave it alone,
yeah,
okay.
I can't really remember, like, how things go between Karen and I, other than, you know, we do go on throughout the whole season, and, yeah, I think we just kind of, like, coast.
Yeah, you just kind of coast. What do you make of so many people having such strong opinions about your friendship with Jackie? You know, calling her a sidekick. A lot of people are saying that, like, she just wants to be your best friend, is very territorial. What do you kind of make of that?
You know, I think Jacqueline loves really hard, and I think that she is a rare friend that in today's society is hard to come by. Yeah. And so it gets translated as, like, she's obsessed, or she's, you know, following my suit, or whatever it is. But honestly, I feel like we just have so much history, and our friendship is so deeply rooted that what is coming across is not necessarily how it really is. Sure, yeah. Like, she does hold me to the fire. You know, she's not always Team Mia. Right. I mean, we kind of seen that too, right? Yes. So I feel like she is her own person. She does stand her own ground. But, you know, this is a platform where we're sharing with 9 other women. Yeah. It's hard to tap into everybody's individual lives. And unfortunately, we haven't had a chance to tap into her individual life. So her life is me. Is you, yes. And that's kind of not fair to her, but, you know, so I do want to share that she actually is pretty fun. Yeah. Yeah. She's not always like... She's not always... I'm like,
not always your sidekick. Yes. Now that you've filmed an entire season with Stacey, is she still boring?
No. Oh, my gosh. Stacey's amazing. Okay. Are you kidding me? So, and it's funny, I was talking about this last night. I feel like Stacey, like, I didn't get a chance to see her. Yeah. You know, and like her, who she is in her own light. And every time I saw her, she was just a bore. You know, I'm like, oh God. But I actually, and now that I'm watching the show, and obviously I've had a chance to, like, hang out with her more. She's fun. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm happy she's here.
Opinions have changed.
She's quirky and just everything.
Well, she's got an interesting story, and do you still believe that she has not celibate with?
No.
No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
It's cute.
It's cute.
It's a good act.
It's a good act.
You know, but
What did you make of her boyfriend when I think that she was like, you know, don't you want to have sex with me? And he's like, no. Yeah. What did you think of that?
Maybe she is celibate. No. So I like TJ.
Yeah.
But I honestly, I mean, when I first met TJ, I was like, I don't think TJ knows Stacy.
Okay.
Or he wants her. Like they don't have like that vibe.
Sure, it's more of like a friendship.
Like a best friendship, which is good.
Right.
But I just don't think that Stacy knows.
Yeah. Okay.
She might know now.
She might know now. Okay.
Just because you are practicing celibacy doesn't mean that you can't like have affection towards one another, like hug her,
right?
Yeah, embrace her, show that you have some type of interest.
Right.
Because what we're seeing, I don't see it.
I don't see it. But does she seem happy still in the relationship, or
no? I don't know.
You don't know. Okay.
Yes, sure.
All right. We'll see. Are you happy in your relationship still?
Yes. You know, it's challenging, right? Because things are playing out on television and emotions get involved. And as in any relationship, there's ups and downs. But, you know, I am very happy and fortunate that Ink is in the chat and he is here. And I just, you know, hopefully as the season progresses, we can see more of what that looks like. And you can see how amazing he is. Yeah. He's really quite a great guy.
Sure.
And so I'm happy he's here.
Yeah.
And he is my best friend.
No, I mean, you could tell. Like, you could tell that the two of you have a really fun, playful, loving relationship. And that it goes back a lot of years.
Yes.
And he's been in your life for a while. Yes. And I'm sure that it's probably difficult for him at times being in this family dynamic. Yep. What does that look like now? What does co-parenting with Gordon look like? What does the family dynamic look like?
You know, we are actually doing a really good job.
Okay, good.
And you know, the kids are happy, and Gordon is still very much so in my building.
Okay. And still coming over for coffee?
Yes. Still, you know, I'm like, okay, and I'm okay with it. Like as long as there's no negativity around it. I don't like negative things. Like I'm a peace girl, contrary to probably.
Sure.
I really do like peace. Yeah. And as long as you're coming with good energy, then you are always welcome in my corner suite. Okay. Right. But the moment that it's anything different and you try to control what's going on in my corner suite, you have got to 86 get out.
Yeah, right. Has he been trying to do that at all, or has he kind of respected your boundaries?
No, he's been respecting my boundaries.
Okay, good.
But that's also because he's dating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that, you know, he's now distracted and he has his attention on someone else, which is great.
That's great.
I'm like, pass the torch, honey, clock in. It's time for you to clock in, okay? Yes. And it works out well. The kids love her.
Oh, good. Do you like her?
I do. Okay. I think that she's a good addition to our family.
Nice.
She's a good team member.
Okay, good.
And so hopefully she'll stick around for
All right, that's great. And what is Gordon's relationship like with Ink now? Are they...
So they haven't seen each other.
Oh,
like I purposely have, like when Ink is in town, I'm just like, you know what?
So going to the Airbnbs?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I actually just revoked his access to my floor.
Oh, okay.
So Gordon can't come to my floor.
Got it. All right.
And that's been a really great boundary because now I take like the back service elevator, so I never run into him.
Got it. Okay.
And we don't see him.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
And then Ink comes a lot of times when like Gordon's out of town. You know, we're doing a better job of just kind of being mindful of his feelings.
Okay.
And I don't know how long I'm going to be doing that.
Right.
But for now, that's what's working.
Right. Do you see yourself moving out of that building eventually, or do you think that you'll stay because of the kids?
To move out because I don't want to move anymore.
Sure. Yeah. You're like, I'm settled.
I want to stay here.
Yeah.
I want to bring a designer in.
Okay.
I want to do the things.
Yes.
Leave me. You know, let me be in peace for a little bit. Let the kids be settled for a while. There's a building across the street that's really nice. It has great amenities. Gordon should like probably transfer over there.
You're like always sending him the listings.
Indoor pool,
That's
indoor
nice.
bowling alley.
Right. We can wave from across the building.
Basketball court. Like I can come and take advantage of. Like I can come over there.
Sure.
There now. You know. So I just think that it would be better.
Yeah.
It'll be a little bit more separation, but I do like that Gordon is near for the kids' sake.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. I know at the finale last season was explosive. The reunion, everything. Are you still giving money to Gordon? Like when it comes to like finances and things like that?
We have sold our business.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good.
And he has taken his equity and I have taken mine.
Okay.
And It is working out really great.
That's great.
Yes.
So pretty much the only ties that you have now are your kids.
The only ties now that we have are our children. Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm. It's working out fantastic.
It's working out fantastic.
I'm like, yes, finally.
Yeah.
So I do have to help him sometimes because he doesn't have like access to logins and passwords. But I'm like, here, do it. It's yours. Like, have at it. Like, you know, and I think that that also too has helped Gordon because, you know, men are very, you know, they want to feel like they're in control of something. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know, just because our marriage isn't working out and I tried time and time after again, I do want you to be successful. Yeah. I do want you to go on and do the things. Sure. I want you to find happiness. I want you to allow me to do the same.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right? Yeah.
And we can live fruitful lives and continue to be good parents for our children. Mm-hmm. And, you know, and that's where we are right now, and it feels great.
That's good. That's good. You know, a big question is the paternity.
Yes.
And where are we kind of in the process of that?
Oh, yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I think that, you know, as the season progresses, you guys are going to learn more a little bit. And what has happened is that what's best for my baby boy is actually... His last name is Thornton.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Yeah.
And that's his dad.
Right. And that's what's best for him.
That's what's best for him.
Yeah, definitely. Has it been hard to shield your children from all the noise that is going on? Or are you worried about that in the future?
No.
No.
Not at all. You know, my children don't have access to social media. They have absolutely nothing. They don't know what's going on.
Okay.
I barely let them log into YouTube.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, that's good.
And I do monitor even my 16-year-old, my oldest. Yeah. Like, you know, I have access to his Instagram account, which he's never on.
Sure,
and I make him turn his phone in at nighttime.
Good for you.
Yeah, we check the things. I mean, we have to.
Yeah, you have
Society
to.
is just so... And he's just such a, like, my kids are great.
Yeah.
They have no idea what's going on.
That's great. No, that's a good thing.
And I'm going to keep it that way.
Good, as you should. No, that is, you're doing a good job, Mom. You really are. No, and they are adjusting well to the new family.
Yes.
Good.
Yes, they are. Well, you know, because they don't have to choose. They have mommy and daddy.
They're right there.
Literally,
they can run down, go up the hall.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, Mom, I'm going to have dinner with Dad. I'm like, okay, see you when you get back.
Sure, yeah.
You know, and I think that's like, we as adults have to continue to be mature enough that healthy co-parenting is actually a beautiful thing.
It is,
You know, we took them to like a Boo Bash. We went to Six Flags.
So fun.
It works for us.
Yeah.
And our children are happy, and that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. And then I'm sure that's probably what hit you so hard about Giselle's comments about your parenting in the early episodes, because like you're trying your best and doing your best. And is that really like kind of what got you?
Yeah, you know, and here's the thing, like I'm trying my best and I'm also doing. Yeah. So, and it's hard. Parenting is hard.
It is.
Okay? Like we are responsible for these little people and their future. And I'm like, you know, and that's something that I always have taken pride in. And I don't take it for granted when people tell me like, Mia, you're such a phenomenal mom. I literally, that's my title, the crown that I never want to tip. Okay? So to be questioned about that, it hurt to the core, but I was able to bounce back so quick because I know the truth. Sure. You know, so I'm like, and coming from her, you know, being that, you know, she has co-parented and she has brought in men into her home. I mean, we saw that, right? Men that were close to the age of her daughters. Sure. No shame. Right. I never questioned her. I never not once, like, judged her. Because I'm like, you are the mother and you are going to make the best decision for these girls. And who am I to question how you parent your children? Yeah. No, it's true. You know? Who am I to cast stones and throw stones? Yes. No, you're right. Those are your babies, not mine. Yep. No, you're right. We should all be here to uplift and support, right? Yes, yeah. Absolutely. Did you see the Giselle-Wendy friendship coming? You know, no. I didn't. But I'm happy it's here. I think Wendy is definitely in a really, really great space this season, and I love it, and I want her to stay here because I feel like we're able to really see who she is. Like, her core is coming out. Like, she's not trying to, like, wear all her many hats. Sure. And I love this version. Yeah, I do too. I'm like, yes. It's fun. You've arrived. You've arrived. Well, Forte. Yes. She is here. She is here. And she is fun. Yep. And I'm having a great time. Definitely. You know, I think a lot of people were like, oh, I don't know what the season is going to look like because we had two familiar faces that we're not here anymore with Robin and Candace. Right. How did you feel it was different? You know, I miss them. Yeah. Yeah. I miss Candace's mouth. I do.
Yes.
You know, she's entertaining. She was the other girl that was willing to say the things. And now it's like, okay, we need another girl to come in and say the things.
Yeah.
To keep it spunky and interesting. And then Robin, you know, I just felt like Robin was always such like the voice of reason and like the mellow one.
Sure, yeah.
Like she's like our sporty spice.
Yes.
We're missing sporty spice.
We're missing sporty spice, yes.
And you know, so she's missed.
Missed.
They both are.
Do you still have a relationship with both of them?
So I haven't really spoken to either one of them, but that's only because they're having babies and working real jobs, right? So I'm respecting their boundaries, but I have like reached out. I have sent a message to Robin telling her I missed her, congratulating her on her new med spa. I'm so proud of her. And I know what it's like.
Sure, yeah.
You know, been there, girl.
Been there,
Don't want to go back. So I'm like extending myself a little bit. But I also know her loyalty is towards Giselle. And as things evolve, Giselle and I probably aren't seeing eye to eye. So, yeah. You're right. It's all good.
It's all good. And Giselle, it's a rocky road from here on out.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Okay. I thought maybe we were back on track, but now it's off the rails.
Yeah, kind of the train derails.
The train derails.
For sure.
Is it possible to get back on track with her?
Always.
At
least on my side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
That's what I love about the Potomac ladies. Yeah. Like we can have our disagreements, but eventually we kind of all come back, which is good.
Some of us like float down the river a little bit further than others, but we always come back.
Yes. Are you still getting married? Are you still planning weddings and things like that? Because I feel like when the last time, maybe it was Candace that was here, I think that she said that like maybe save the dates or something like that, but maybe went out. So where are we in the whole...
You know, I do want to get married again. I'm a housewife. That's what I do best.
Sure, yeah.
I love to be at home. I love to make a house a home. I love to, and I'm also open to having more children.
Okay, nice.
You know, and so I would like to get married before I do that.
Okay.
But there's no rush.
Okay.
Right? Like I feel like, you know, I want to take some time to, you know, really recenter and find, you know, Mia Moore's zen, and, you know, and then I could be a better woman for my next husband.
Okay, next
which, you know, hopefully it'll be a certain somebody.
Okay.
But, you know.
But so not officially engaged.
No.
Okay, all right. No, because I feel like there was like a lot of reports that maybe you were, but you were not.
There was a ring.
There was a ring.
And of course you can't go outside with a ring.
No, you cannot.
I'm like, okay, I'll be married tomorrow, guys.
Right.
Like, why I gotta divorce first?
Right, divorce first.
It's a little like, you know, process here.
Yes. Where are you in the divorce? Is the divorce not final?
No, it's not final, but we're in the final steps.
You're in the final steps.
Yeah.
So how does that feel?
It feels amazing.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. If Gordon can just agree to my terms, this will be great. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I want this. And he's like, no. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
You know? So, but you know how it is. But it's going to happen, hopefully before the end of the year.
Oh, good. That's good. And you feel like Ink is your forever person?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has to feel that way as well.
Okay.
Which I think he does.
Okay.
But again, we have there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So we're going to give ourselves time and grace and career. You know, he is a syndicated radio personality, so he's in over 25 markets.
Sure.
And while I can fly around, it's a lot.
It's a lot,
keep up with, and I don't want to slow the process.
Yeah.
On either side.
Sure. Are you still together?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because so we haven't broken up or anything. Like we're still 100% together.
Yes, we are together.
But just taking it slowly.
Taking it slow.
Yeah. Well, because I feel like it was kind of fast. It was full steam ahead in the beginning, and then you kind of dialing it back.
That way, right?
Okay.
It does.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's not.
It's not. Okay.
No, we honestly reconnected. It's been almost a year and a half.
Yeah.
You know, and by the time you guys caught up, we were already.
Right.
You know,
it seems
it's like
fast
there's
for
a
us.
lot.
You're like,
it does.
Yeah.
But you know, Gordon and I have been separated for almost 2 years now, so it's like a little bit of a catch up, and then we weren't personally. It was so new in the beginning that I was afraid. Like, I didn't even know if I wanted to share that we were separated.
Yeah.
But Gordon let the cat out the bag.
Right, that's right.
And then I've been playing cleanup
since. Right.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Right. Had you planned to were you planning to split at that point when he made that announcement? Were the wheels in motion? Or because I know, like, obviously your situation was a little bit different. You know, he said, the hall pass and things like that. But so do you feel like the marriage would have lasted a little bit longer if he didn't come forward with that?
I do feel like there's truth to that.
Okay.
I do feel like we were taking a break because of all of like the stress.
Yeah.
But I wasn't ready to go public with it yet because one, the children and, other different things. And but once he let it out, I'm like, okay.
There's no going back.
This is what you want, playa. You got to be mindful. There's always a reaction to every action. And, and then it was hard to like be with someone who is willing, who would do that to a family. And I'm like, ooh,
Yeah, this is not the person I married.
Like the final,
Sure.
Yeah. So, but he's better now.
Sure. Did he express remorse and regret about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
So, and he still does.
Yes.
And he's getting better. And we want to keep him exactly where he is.
Does he ever did he try to win you back? Do you feel?
So there are times where he is like, hey, like, can we try again? And I'm like, let's focus on the kids.
Sure.
Let's focus on the children. And let's just take it day by day, and let's just really focus on being good humans. And it's so many other things to like focus on.
Right.
And there's a lot of things that have transpired that I just don't know if like that's what I'm willing to settle for.
Yeah. No, definitely. You should settle for the best.
Yeah. Like I am a big old 40-year-old girl.
Right.
Like I'm not 20 years old any longer.
Yeah.
My standards and things, how I want to live life and what I want to do is just, it's a little different now.
It's a little different now, and it looks good.
Thank you.
You got to make sure that you get exactly what you want and what you deserve.
Yes.
Definitely. Well, Mia, thank you so much for coming by. It was an absolute pleasure sitting down and talking to you, and I cannot wait to see how the rest of this season plays out.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
It is. Thank you so much.
Thank you.